They came for blood. Check it out. Leave your comments, ding the bell, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. Make no mistake, these guys who attacked the Capitol, some of them were absolutely bent from all the reporting that we can see and their own social media on, at the very least, this was like a repeat of the dry run that they did in Michigan with Gretchen Whitmer, of kidnapping Nancy Pelosi, Mike Pence, Chuck Schumer, maybe Mitch McConnell. I don't know. Mitch McConnell has done a good job of kind of staying out of the way of all of this by kind of, by just letting the conspiracy theories roll and not pushing back on them. But certainly Speaker Pelosi and Mike Pence. They were carrying zip ties into the White House, handcuffs, plastic handcuffs. They were, there were people ready to kill. There were people ready to kidnap. They had a gallows outside. There were people ready to hold a mock trial. They planned to do all this in Michigan. They planned to do all this in D.C. Lynn Wood, one of Trump's lawyers, a pro-Trump lawyer, he's no longer one of Trump's lawyers, he tweeted, "Get the firing squads ready, Pence goes first." Now, if this mob had killed even one, or captured even one member of Congress, which was clearly the mission that some of them were committed to, then the law would have allowed Donald Trump to suspend habeas corpus like Abraham Lincoln did during the Civil War. And when a president suspends habeas corpus means you have the right to face your accuser, you have a right to a trial, you have rights, basically. When you suspend habeas corpus, the president can simply arrest anybody he wants, say this person is an enemy of the state, put them in prison with no trial. Which is what Lincoln did during the Civil War, but we were in a civil war. But Article 1, Section 9 of our Constitution says, and I quote, this is from the Constitution of the United States, "The privilege of the writ of habeas corpus shall not be suspended unless, when in cases of rebellion or invasion, the public safety may require it." And if Trump had declared a suspension of habeas corpus, that could have been it. A reporter for the Philadelphia Inquirer, Julia Taroso, said, tweeted, quoting a guy who was in the protests, in the riots, in the insurrection on January 6th. He said, "We wait for civil war. It will be next. You have to prepare for the worst, and the worst will come because the left is pushing it." Mo Brooks, Ginny Thomas, the wife of the Supreme Court Justice, Rudy Giuliani. In the opinion of many commentators, in particular, a really good commentary that David K. Johnston wrote for Raw Story, clearly violated the federal law against seditious conspiracy, he writes. This is the law. Quote, I'm going to cut out some of the redundant language here and shorten this just a little bit, but this is the law. Every single word is from the law about sedition. If two or more persons in any state or territory conspire to overthrow, put down, or to destroy by force the government of the United States, or by force to prevent, hinder, or delay the execution of any law of the United States, that would include, the election, right? Or by force to seize, take, or possess any property of the United States contrary to the authority thereof, like seizing the Capitol, they shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 20 years or both. That's seditious conspiracy. That is what these people did, what Mo Brooks did, what Donald Trump did, what Rudy Giuliani did, what Ginny Thomas did before this seditious mob, this traitorous mob marched on the White House. Mo Brooks, in his speech, said, "Today is the day American patriots start taking names and kicking ass." Jim Clyburn talked about how, they knew where his private office was, no name on the door. They went right there. They were looking for a member of Congress they could kill or capture so that Donald Trump could invoke a suspension of habeas corpus and the storm would come. This phrase from that bizarre conspiracy movement. They've been expecting something's going to happen that's going to allow Donald Trump to seize complete control of America. That would have been it. And now we find that we've got cops and firefighters and state lawmakers and combat veterans who were among the people storming the Capitol. And that this bizarre conspiracy that is being fed by right-wing talk radio, Fox News, and the marginal right-wing networks, and over half the Republicans in the House of Representatives and a dozen Republican senators